So we're currently in Borneo, where for the next few weeks, we are going to be attempting to track down some of the deadliest, rarest, and most unusual species that walk this earth. Now we're currently heading to a remote swampland called Wakanda River, home to two of the biggest crocodilian species in the world. The saltwater crocodile, reaching lengths of over 6 meters long, and a lesser known species of croc called the Pt.1 or False Gharial. Now these big fellas can reach lengths of around 5 meters, and I've never seen anyone film a video of catching these Pt.1s in the wild. But before we head to Wakanda River, we're on the hunt for one of the most beautiful venomous snakes I've ever seen, which inhabits the same mangroves as the big salties do. Let's try not get eaten. So we're currently out here on the rivers of Borneo, and what we're doing is we're heading up into the jungle a little bit off this little coastal section of river, and we're looking for the two largest species of crocodile that live here in Borneo. The saltwater crocodile, which is the largest crocodile on earth, and then later on today we'll be searching for false gharials, another species that can grow up over 5 meters long, and both have actually eaten people over here in these rivers here in Borneo. But there's going to be so many other species that we find along this adventure. Let's get into it, get in this little speedboat, head up the river and see what we can find. See if we can catch some crocodiles first up in the morning. So what we're doing right now is we've just entered this little stream that connects up to the biggest system out there. Now there would be crocodiles in here, so we're keeping our eyes out, but the main species that we're looking for is a species that we actually found out in this exact creek last time we were here. Boiga dendropula? Yeah. The mangrove cat snake. We're gonna keep our eyes out. They should be sitting up in the trees, sleeping throughout the day, and yeah, we'll see if we can get any on camera for you.
Ulang baik, pura-pura melihat, hanya melihat. Ya, 1, 2, 3. Anggap dia depan situ, 1, 2, 3.
Directly above us, in this little stream, I've got no idea if we're even going to be able to catch that one. What do you reckon?
I will.
You will?
Hold on. Wait. Liar. Hold on.
Take a look at this. Look at this snake right here. Wow. There is a story about a villager getting bitten by this snake and getting really sick. So we're going to be careful. We don't want to risk getting bitten by this species out here. But take a look at that. Look at that snake. Oh. Wow. Look at that beautiful snake right there. The mangrove cat snake, Boiga dendropula. Wow, what a beautiful species. Diaz, what would he be eating out here in the mangroves?
So, lots of species of birds, including the kingfisher.
Birds, kingfishers.
Yeah, birds.
The species that would eat this snake out here, there's a big species of eagle that hunts through the mangroves called a serpent eagle. And they're called that because they will actually hunt these boigas in these mangrove systems, and we saw one just before as we were cruising up here. The other species that would eat this guy when he's crossing the rivers at night, navigating his way through these systems, are gharials and crocodiles that do live in these rivers. I've been bitten by this species before over here in the jungles of Borneo, and if he was to latch onto me, you'd be fine if you got him off straight away. It's only when they actually chew in that venom that you can start to feel sick. But Diaz, you've been bitten by this snake for how long?
Many times.
40 minutes? Didn't you let one bite you?
Yeah, 40 minutes. It's just a challenge of a crazy young guy a long time ago.
That's what you
and
do.
And then 2 of my friends go to the hospital because their hands are swollen. And then, yeah, me and Heru was fine.
Sun's just coming out. Another beautiful day over here in Borneo. And what a cool mission this is going to be. Now, obviously, this isn't the target species that we're looking for. This video is going to be all about crocodiles and the different species that we can find here and in Wakanda River later on. But I'll never pass up the opportunity to film some beautiful mangrove cat snakes out here in the wild. Hey, buddy? So we just spotted the first crocodile over here in Borneo, and it's a little salty. And he's just taking cover up in this little stream right here. Yeah, he's up the back there. Right, we're gonna jump out and try grab him. Little saltwater crocodile, how cool is this? Get a close-up shot of that. We'll stay still, and when he goes back down, then I can grab him. Look at that! Little saltwater crocodile. That is so cool. So this is the largest species of crocodile on Earth, the saltwater crocodile. We have them back over in Australia as well. The difference between the places that I filmed these crocs back in Australia and here is there's low densities of crocodiles that actually live here in these rivers over here in Borneo. I was happy when I spotted this big fella because he was just sitting at the mouth of this little river. Now, the reason being is because everything wants to eat this crocodile out here. Not only birds of prey, the big eagles that come through these mangroves, but also other crocodiles. When they're hunting, and even when this little croc right here would be hunting through the mangroves, what he'll do is he'll actually only put about 2 or 3% of his whole body mass above the surface of the water. So that's his eyes and his nose at the front there. And if he sees something like a little crab sitting on the bank and he wants to sneak up on it, he'll drop under, come back up a little bit closer to him, drop under again, and these animals can hold their breath for hours out here in the mangroves if they need to. And yeah, he'll go up and make a nice little meal of this crab. When they get a bit bigger, it gets a bit harder because they'll have to be taking down bigger animals. And the bigger crocodiles that live in this river have been known to eat things such as proboscis monkeys, orangutans, deer. And you know, as people start infringing on their waters, and it's bound to happen. I mean, people are bound to come into contact with crocodiles, especially when you're living in places when you rely off nature and the rivers that these crocodiles inhabit to survive yourself. Just being croc-wise and staying back from the water when you can, not going swimming in places where these crocodiles are, yeah, you'll be fine. You won't have to worry about getting attacked by this guy when he's about 4.5 meters bigger. All right, we'll get you back in the water, mate. Look at that. So cool. So we've just made it out to Wakanda village. This is where we're going to be staying for the next couple days. Wakanda River is just out the back here. We're going to be jumping in the traditional canoes, going up the river later on tonight and looking for animals. The target species is a False Gharial, one of the biggest species of crocodilian in the world, but so many other species of highly venomous snakes that we should be able to find while cruising up this river. But yeah, pretty cool to be in this place. I love exploring remote villages here in Borneo. We'll see what animals are living alongside these villages later on tonight.
Welcome to Wakanda River, my family from Australia.
Wakanda River 2024. Let's see what we can find tonight. Hopefully some big crocodiles to jump on. Woo! Saltwater. That bird that we just saw, the stork, it's called a storm stork, one of the rarest species here in Borneo. There's only about 500 estimated population of storm storks left in the wild, and we just saw one of them flying right in front of our boat. Pretty special moment. We're gonna keep going, see what else we can find. So there's this one right here, and then you can see there's another one in the water. And they're non-venomous?
Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
Going.
Look at that. That snake is so cute. Oh, he bite me. Look at that. So they're called Bornean anaconda?
Yeah.
They kind of do look like...
Yeah, because they had.
Yeah. But yeah, Bornean anaconda. Apparently they call this snake because of what the head looks like. We're no doubt going to see a lot of other snakes while cruising up this river. I'm actually so keen to see what Wakanda River holds after dark. Now, most of the species out here would be nocturnal, and the forest comes alive at night. So many different species of crocodiles, toads, snakes. All the cool animals should be coming out, and we're gonna try to cross paths with them down this river, get them up close to the camera, show you some beautiful animals that are endemic here in Borneo. Let's go. So just cruising up the river, one of the first animals that we spotted up in the tree is a civet cat. Beautiful species. I think he's just chewing on some native fruit up there in that little tree. Cool to see some other species, not only reptiles here at Wakanda River. We'll keep going, see what else we can find.
Yeah. And the tail.
Okay, we got a big false swamp toad sitting just here as we're cruising down Wakanda River. Yeah, there we go. Look at that animal. That is massive. That is the biggest false swamp toad that I've ever caught, and it was definitely one of everyone's favorite animals that I caught on my last trip over here, and for good reason. I mean, look at this animal. It's absolutely crazy. And while we're cruising up this river, there's no shortage of them as well. The thing that this guy has to watch out for is the same creature that we're looking for. The gharials would definitely make a meal out of this animal right here. But it also goes both ways, because this is such a big toad, right? They have the ability to actually eat other reptiles out here, like snakes, other toads, frogs. One of this size, being out in this river, has no doubt eaten snakes in his days. But yeah, what a crazy animal. On my right over here is a full-grown false swamp toad, the king of the swamp, no doubt. And just in my left hand is a baby one. This one over here would have been this big, fighting for his life, everything wanting to eat him. But yeah, another species that calls this river home. And that's what we're going for tonight. We're just trying to tick off as many species as possible. Doesn't have to be just snakes or reptiles. And go. That is crazy. Ready? Proboscis monkey. I love it.
Do it again. Yeah.
So just up in front of us is a crimson sunbird, and I'm guessing that this one's a male, Diaz?
Yeah.
A male, yeah. Bright red color.
I got it, guys.
What is it?
The baby false toad. So cute, right?
Little, oh!
It's jumping to the water.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Little false swamp.
Wait! Wait!
Heru!
Wait! Open them up! Crocodile.
Crocodile?
Dapat ya.
Yes,
Target.
got one.
We got it. Give it to Miller, Heru. He got it.
We got
Oh, what a catch.
Look at that. Good job, Haru. And that's the target species that we've been looking for up here in Wakanda River all day. Good job, Haru. And the special thing about that is there's only said to be a few thousand mature false gharial left in the wild, and they live here in Borneo, Malaysia, Sumatra. So to catch a little one tonight, the species that we were after out here in such a beautiful place in Wakanda River is so special. And the crazy thing about this animal right here is it has the ability to grow up over 5 meters long. They're one of the biggest species of crocodilian on Earth. Really strange looking species. The best way to describe them is sort of similar to the freshwater crocodiles that we have back in Australia. Much more of a narrow snout than the big salties that we were catching earlier this morning. But don't be fooled by that thin snout right there, because the Temistoma, the false gharial, is a species that has eaten people, and recently as well, over here in Borneo and Sumatra. The freshwater crocodiles that we have back home will not grow nearly as big as these guys. The freshies max out at around 3 meters long, and when you see a false gharial that is up around 5 meters in length, it's a very big animal. So they're a proper crocodile, you know, don't let that narrow snout at the front of them fool you. They're not to be messed with, and if you jump in this river and there's a big false gharial around, many attacks from this species over the years over here in Indonesia. Generally they're feeding on fish, things like proboscis monkeys if they were to swim across the water, but they've even been seen eating orangutans, deer, and yeah, sadly sometimes even humans as well. But yeah, to have this species, a species that I've always wanted to catch in my hands right now, is pretty special. Now, in its mouth right there, and what it uses to catch those fish, to catch those proboscis monkeys, is 78 to 84 razor sharp interlocking teeth that'll grab hold of their prey, shake it, and tear it up, swallow it in chunks. You can tell when a crocodile is in really good condition. This one's in really good nick by how fat their tail is at the back there.
I was just catching that tiny frog, and then this guy directly jumped. Yeah. And I thought before it was a python, because he usually do that with python or
with the
mangrove cat snake. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the big python, sometimes he do that, but this time
it's a bit more impressive than
it's
your
a bit
frog.
more than, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, this is our main target. Heru.
Good job, Haru.
The ninja.
Get up here. The crocodile ninja. It's time to get the big fella back in the water. How cool is that? False gharial out in Wakanda River. Right, see you later, mate. There he goes. Let's go. How good is that? In next week's episode, we explore further into the unknown swamplands of Wakanda River, searching for bigger crocodiles and some of the deadliest snakes in the world that call this jungle home. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more adventures like this. I'm so grateful for not only a life in the wild, but for all of you continuously supporting me on this crazy journey. See you next week.